Hello, everyone. Um, so, the last few days in crypto have been interesting. We've had a lot of volatility with Trump announcing the tariffs on other countries, and the market didn't like that. That brought a lot of uncertainty, and the crypto market as a risk on asset class got affected by it, right? So the dimension of how much it was affected, it was pretty large. Like in 2 days, from the 2nd of February to the third, you get like a 20, 23% drop in a few days. If you go to this peak here on the 31st of January, you get like almost a 30% drop in 4 days. Um, the market eventually bounced from this really volatile move, and this is why crypto markets are so can be so hard to trade. Right, around $10 billion in liquidations during that time. Let me push this up here. As you can see, like Ben Zhu, I think he's the CEO of Bybit. He said that the total liquidation for this time is a lot more than the 2 billion that is reported across exchanges. This is because there was because of the API limitations when it comes to the how much of the feed is pushed per second, right? Um, and so we not all of those reporting metrics, the most known ones at least, are reporting the full scope of how much liquidation occurred during this time. He's saying that even though it was uh, even though it was reported on the news that total liquidation was $2 billion, he's saying that Bybit alone on 24 hours basis was 2.1 billion, which is a lot. He's saying that each during this time probably around 8 to 10 billion accurate, are more accurate, and yeah, that's a lot of liquidation. People are over leveraged, taking positions here. As we know, a lot of crypto traders are mostly gamblers, and so you see all of this weakness across the board. Um, One of the things that is pretty interesting to me is that despite all of this volatility, Hyperliquid, it's one of the positions that I have on right now in my own portfolio, not the trading portfolio, but more long-term hold portfolio, is it held up pretty nicely compared to the other markets, right? So if we pull like IPUSDT against, let's say, the total market cap of crypto and we pull it together, we can see this strength. So what I did here was just divided the IP price by the total market cap of crypto except for Bitcoin. So total 2 represents all the market cap in crypto, at least however TradingView is calculating it, except for Bitcoin. And you can see that Hyperliquid has been gaining a lot of relative strength compared to this market, and that's pretty interesting. And we want to see that, right, in projects that we have some allocation. We don't want to be seeing like some of these that had a lot of hype. Let me put the weekly or even the monthly. I like to look at higher time frames. These projects that have had a lot of hype at the start grew up by a lot, but now they are down like 90% from the highs. We don't want to be seeing that. Nothing against this particular project. I'm not very into it, but we want to see general strength in whatever we hold. Um, yeah, in terms of performance, I'm still building this dashboard here. I had a tracker that I was using for my own internal tracking. But if I'm going to be sharing, I want to build something more professional. But it's, how can I say, it's not as easy to build because I trade both spot. I trade both spot. I trade futures. I trade across multiple exchanges. So it's hard to consolidate data because on spot you have if you try to code the performance of spot, you have a lot of hard things to deal with, like for example, withdrawals, deposits. conversions, and it's not as simple. At least the last time I looked at it, um, to how can I say, to link trades. For example, you enter a position, you have open orders, and then you exit a position and you have exit orders. On the code, on the infrastructure side, it's hard to link them up on the spot, on spot orders. That's why when you go to these trackers, um, the history logs, like trade history logs, automated trackers, you see that they usually only do futures, and that's because it's much easier to track futures because they link together on the back end. As spot is much harder because there's a lot more stuff in the spot. For example, if you convert, let's say that you send USDC to your portfolio, and you want to actually just have old Bitcoin, you convert to Bitcoin, but that's not a trade. But in your own spot orders, you'll see there that's considered like that comes in your records as a spot transaction. And so it becomes really hard to sift through that, at least automated, in an automated fashion. So all that to say that I had all of these on my own side. I do some manual adjusting on an Excel sheet. I put all the orders on the Excel, then I link them manually, and then I also to put there the futures positions, and I convert them all into an equity curve. So this is what we are looking at. The blue line is my performance, my portfolio performance. And we can see that this is live since 2023. So all of this is live. This is not backtest. This is my own performance. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to improve here this year. If you can see that I've underperformed BTC, while I was outperforming it quite consistently during 2023 and 2024. And this is due to some mistakes that I've done here around this period. I'm not sure if I said before, but I trade my own systems manually. And since I'm trading them manually, even though everything is systematic, like all positions are systematically, I know where to enter, I know where to exit. There's no discretion in my decisions, but there's still discretion in what trades I take and I don't take. Okay. And I've been analyzing my positions from this period, and there were a lot of positions that I was taking that shouldn't have been taken, or at least are not optimal. It's not that I shouldn't, I could have taken them, but they are not optimal. So they require a bit more filtering. And if I had done that, I would have at least much higher equity curve. I'm still outperforming the vast majority of traders. You just don't see their performances, but this was from March. It was a very hard period to trade crypto. My risk-adjusted returns, I'll put all this data in the future, so I'll make this chart a little bit better, but my risk-adjusted returns are very good. In terms of comparison, for example, I trade mainly, this portfolio is only trading trend following on the long side, so momentum trends on the long side. And we should be comparing that to a benchmark of trend. Trend has not been doing great, even for other trend followers. That's how you compare performances, by the way. You don't want to just be. It's good that we compare to a buy and hold of altcoins or of BTC. It's good, it's fine. You want to see that you are doing better than that. But in my opinion, you should be comparing it to the benchmark of the strategies that you trade. For example, if I'm exposed to momentum, I want to be comparing my performance to how momentum has been doing in crypto for whenever I was trading. So that's also will be coming up here in the future. I'm going to be adding not just buy and hold comparisons, but I'll be adding risk factor. To make it simpler, I'll be comparing to the factors that I'm exposed to. So if I'm trading momentum or trend, I'll add here a few models. I'll add here the performance of other research that we have done on trend following models or momentum models, and I'll add them here, and we compare that to those other benchmarks that more accurately reflect what I'm trading, right? It's like, imagine that you are trading whatever, even crypto, right? And now I would put here an S&P 500 buy and hold. That doesn't make much sense, right? Because I'm trading something else completely different. Unless you are normalizing it for volatility and you are comparing your returns like on a rolling sharp, let's say, or rolling at other risk adjusted metric. That makes sense because maybe you want to beat that benchmark in risk adjusted returns. Okay, that's fine. But it's not a very fair comparison. You want to be comparing to what you're doing, what's your business. It's like measuring like a software consulting company against a coffee shop in the middle of a village. Perhaps that those performances, those business performances aren't very reflective of the truth of your business. It's not that you are being really effective. It's just that you are in a different field with different margins and different ratios and whatever, right? So the same in trends, the same in trading. You want to be comparing performances that are similar. Here we will have the daily exposure of our positions. What we have, don't mind this. This is wrong. I'm still building this dashboard so that we can have here all the time, and I can show you what are my positions. I'll be updating this portfolio data every day to show you what it looks like to be an actual trader, or investor or whatever you want to call it. These days, you don't see many people willingly sharing that, and that's fine because many don't have the either the patience or they don't just want the exposure, right? It's whatever. It's a different business. It's not like sharing fitness related videos. You're not just you are usually we are usually sharing stuff that is pretty private, not only on money, because I'm probably not going to be sharing how much capital I manage. I don't like the risks of that, but even if you don't share money, you're still sharing your process, your edge, and those things are usually very private in the finance community. I'm just going to see whatever, if it's something that people like to see these videos, if they like the thought process and all of that. Yeah, and this usually is my morning routine. I just go over some of the cryptos, check the market. Today we don't have much going on. Everything is red. This is my olds, by the way. I'm holding home. I'm holding home probably from the probably no. I'm holding home from these eyes. You can see also, sorry, on the dashboard. I'm going to make this a lot better. You can see that I have here, right? I have Monero, Bitcoin, DEX that are open, positions that are open, and I have Mantra DAO, which is on. So I entered home about, you can see here, okay, this is nice, on entry price at 444, and I've entered here for around this price, around the highs here. I trade weekly breakouts. I traded Monero, also entered about this high, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check, 232 exactly. I hold Dexe. Dexe, I entered about 2198 exactly, and I hold BTC. I'll go to hype in a second. I hold BTC from 108,000. So all of these highs that I've bought are currently in a drawdown, and that makes sense. I buy high and I sell higher. Okay, that is the style that I trade. That is trend following in a nutshell. This is my performance from 2023. But there's periods that are harder, that you buy fake breakouts. That comes with the business. And if you want to be trading, you have to also be willing to take the loss and take the drawdowns. And at last, I hold Hyperliquid. But this is a long-term hold. It's not on my trading portfolio. It's a long-term hold that I'm doing. I'm holding probably around 30% of my crypto portfolio in this position alone, which is a lot. I don't usually like to do that. I don't usually do that, but this is to me personally, my own opinion. This is not, to me, this is an unique um, opportunity, and I'm willing to swing that for the returns. And this is it. We are going to be adding more features to this dashboard so that you can see better my ongoing returns. I'll try to put one of these videos on a daily basis. I'm not sure how it will go from forward. Another thing. People ask me usually how I do research, how do I search for new models. So I'm constantly building new models, right? I share on my own trading on my own blog all of this research. So we've written already 58 articles, and let me go inside one, for example, this one. And I share research on new models that I'm building, right? Um, I explain them the strategies. I give the data, methodology, and the rules of the strategy, and then I share the results with you. Um, these usually take me a long time to write, but yeah, basically what I do here is that I'm always reading new papers, new research. I'm always on Twitter searching for people. What are people trading? I'm usually focused either on trend and momentum style strategies, but for example, this one is on volatility that I found interesting. And every day, all mornings, I spend about 5 to 6 hours in the morning either coding or researching new models. Um, and yeah, that's my routine: checking the market, research, coding, and search, and just comment on a few things on Twitter and see what's up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be adding more stuff that might be useful to you on these videos. I'll try to make one a day, just a log of my thoughts about the market and what I'm doing right now. Hopefully next time I'll have some updates on these as well, fix some of the mistakes. I want this to have like a very clean uh, snapshot of my performance at this time. Okay, wish you a great day.